Senate Committee on Local Government is hereby called to order. Secretariat, can you acknowledge the presence of our resource persons?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. We would like to acknowledge our distinguished resource persons. We have Representative Jose Enrique Joetas Garcia from the 2nd District of Bataan, who is physically present. Thank you, sir. Representative Geraldine B. Roman, 1st District of the Province of Bataan. Governor Albert S. Garcia, Province of Bataan. Representing Secretary Eduardo M. Año of the DILG, we have Undersecretary Rico Judge Echeverry of the External and Legislative Affairs and Undersecretary Marjorie Haloshos of the Mindanao Affairs and Special Concerns. Representing Secretary Wendell Avisado from the Department of Budget and Management, we have Ms. Kathleen Pilapil of the Local Government and Regional Coordination Bureau, Budget and Management Specialist, as well as Mr. Mark James Evangelista. We have from the Department of Finance, Bureau of Local Governance Finance, representing Executive Director Nino Raymond B. Alvina, we have Mr. Percival B. Tome, Tax Specialist 2. From the DNR LMB, representing Director Emeline Talabis, we have Attorney Kim Dariel P. Collis, Legal Division, and Ms. Sylvia Villalobos, Technical Assistant, as well as Engineer Janeline Werbo. From the Commission on Elections, representing Chairman Sharif M. Abbas, we have Director Jennifer Felipe and Director Davina Blas Perez. From the Philippine Statistics Authority, representing Undersecretary Claire Dennis Mapa, we have Mr. Raul M. Ludovice, OIC Division Chief of the Population and Housing Census Division. From the League of Provinces of the Philippines, representing Governor Velasco, we have Ms. Angelica Sanchez, Director for Policy Development. We also have the representative of Mayor Luis Chavez Singson of the League of Municipalities of the Philippines, Mayor Joseph Antonio Inton from the Municipality of Hermosa, Bataan. Representing Mayor Evilio Leonardia of the League of Cities of the Philippines, you have Ms. Veronica Hitosis, Executive Director. From the League of Mayor Maria Angela S. Garcia, Chapter President, Province of Bataan. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Again, we reiterate the presence of Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Amy Marcos, and forthcoming will be Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. At the outset, the chair would like to acknowledge again the physical presence of Congressman Garcia. Nandito po siya ngayon sa Senado, and the presence of Congresswoman Geraldine Roman, as well as the Governor of Bataan. For consideration today is House Bill 8664. And I have here in my possession a copy of a letter dated 25 January 2021 from Congressman Jose Enrique Garcia III, 2nd District of Bataan, as well as Congresswoman Geraldine Roman, but it refers to House Bill 199. This is the original bill as filed. So the issue at hand is the division of the 3rd Legislative District of Bataan into another congressional district, which would result in the creation in 3 legislative districts for the province of Bataan. We were informed that the division complied with the constitutional requirement of contiguous and compact territory as provided for by the Philippine Constitution. The remaining issue would be the number of population. So we will have to refer later on to the Philippine Statistics Authority as well as the Commission on Elections. Before we proceed, May we ask Senator De La Rosa if he has an opening statement. Senator, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just would like to manifest that I am fully supportive of all the measures that we are going to tackle this morning. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator De La Rosa. Nakalimutan siguro mabanggit ni Senator De La Rosa as former Chief of the Philippine National Police that the Provincial Police Office of Bataan is Camp General Tolentino.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Nakalimutan.
Biro lang po yan, biro lang po yan. Sa oras ni po yun, Congressman, di ba? May, balanga. Senator Marcos, you're recognized. Thank you, Senator De La Rosa.
Thank you.
Senator Marcos? Nagmumultitasking si Senator Marcos. May we ask Congressman be having a PowerPoint presentation for his opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning to everyone, to our chairperson, Francis Tolentino, to Senator Bato, Senator Aimee, all the resource persons, our fellow public servants in the province of Bataan, Congresswoman Geraldine, Governor Abet, and our mayors present. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Senate Committee on Local Government, headed by Chairperson Francis Tolentino, for including into this committee the deliberation of this House Bill 8664. Personally, Mr. Chair, this is very close to my heart because this bill was drafted by my father, the former Congressman Ted Garcia, way back in 2013. We believe and he saw it fit that Bataan, given the growth of population from 1987 to now, which has doubled, will really benefit from the additional voice in the halls of Congress and, of course, the additional support that will come from the national government on the creation of the 3rd district. I'd like to inform the committee that the composition of each district is different from the bill that I filed originally. This is after deliberation in the Committee on Local Government in the House and discussion with Congresswoman Geraldine. Of course, ideally, my initial intent was to cover the whole province. No? That's why the title of the bill is the reapportionment of the province of Bataan into 3 legislative districts. But I respect the views of Congresswoman Geraldine and her commitment to eventually reapportion her district, the 1st district, in the near future. Regardless, Mr. Chair, of the composition, this representation believes that Bataan is qualified for another district, and this will greatly benefit our constituents. So thank you very much, Chair Francis.
Thank you, Congressman Garcia. We'd like to request likewise, Congresswoman Roman, nabanggit kanina ni Congressman Garcia, yung father niya as the original proponent of this measure. His father is also a good friend of mine. During my days as a Metro Manila chairman, he used to give me some sound advices relative to the traffic situation in EDSA. And I distinctly remember that I would go to his house and he would even show me a map on where to divert the traffic. So I am a good friend of your father. Likewise, I am a good friend of the father of Congresswoman Geraldine. Congressman Tony Roman is my fraternity brad. So Congresswoman Geraldine Roman is likewise a good friend of mine. Congresswoman Geraldine, you have the floor for your opening statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I would like to greet everyone present physically or via internet. I'm sorry because I'm hearing an echo right now.
You're okay. You're okay, Congresswoman. Perhaps the other resource persons can unmute their devices.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to everyone, to our dear senators, to my fellow representative, Congressman Joel Garcia, to our dear Governor, Governor Abet Garcia, as well as the mayors present in this meeting this morning. I would just like to state for the record that I fully support the bill filed by my counterpart in the 2nd District of Bataan in the hope that it will greatly benefit our province and our constituents. And I would also like to reiterate my plan and my commitment in the future to divide our district as well. Hence, the approved version from the lower house. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman. That was really sweet and short. But I will be asking you some questions later on. So pwede po maghintay lang ng konti. And there is a big possibility with all due respect to the other resource persons present here that I will be having I can place this on the record. I'll be having a private Viber conference call with Congresswoman Roman together with my Senate colleagues. I'm having that on record to sort out some of the perceived intricacies that I see in the present measure. Thank you, Congresswoman Roman. Governor Garcia, may we hear your statement? I see you now on screen. Good morning, sir. The floor.
Yes, thank you very much. And good morning to Chairman Tolentino, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Amy Marcos, and the rest of the staff and members of the Senate Committee on Local Government, to our representative, Kong Geraldine Roman, Kong Joet Garcia, to our mayors, headed by Mayor Gila, our LMP president in Bataan, other guests from the department, Secretary Anyo, Secretary Abisado, and to everyone present this morning, magandang umaga po. First of all, I'd like to thank our chairman, Senator Francis Tolentino, for allocating the time and the effort to deliberate House Bill number 8664 in the apportionment of the congressional district in the province of Bataan. Mr. Chairman, there is a phrase that goes, which says that taxation without representation is tyranny. This is the words uttered by James Otis in about 1761 that reflected the resentment of the American colonists at being taxed by British Parliament, to which they elected no representative. Although the situation is very much different in Bataan, we have outstanding representation in the person of Congresswoman Geraldine Roman of the 1st District and Congressman Joet Garcia of the 2nd District. But through the years, as said by Kong Joet, the population of Bataan has grown tremendously. The projection of the Philippine Statistics Authority of the current population in 2021, as projected by PSA, is around 840,000. And the ideal population per congressional district is 250,000. So kahit magaling po yung magulang, pero kung sobrang dami na ng anak, syempre kahit papano mahihirapan po i-manage ito. That is why we are urging our congressmen and now our senators to deliberate and hopefully facilitate the passage of House Bill 8664. This passage of this very important measure will add another seat on the national table where policy and decisions are made for the province of Bataan, an additional voice to ensure the interest of Bataan is protected and ensured, an additional opportunity to bring home to Bataan much needed funds and resources. Bataan is a province, although quite small, is contributory to the national economy. We are a generator of power. We supply the power grid in Luzon. most of the oil, the much needed oil, gasoline, diesel comes from Bataan, having the only refinery being hosted by the province, which is Petron, and a lot of oil depots all around the Bataan Peninsula. We also contribute to the food being delivered to Metro Manila and the rest of the entire island of Luzon. Through the years, we have seen additional congressional districts created in the different provinces. In Cavite alone, where our chairman hails from, through the years, several congressional districts were created. And the same goes for the rest of the provinces in Calabarzon, Central Luzon, the entire island of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So para makahabol po ang Bataan and to ensure our contribution not only to our people but to the national economy, again, we appeal to the Senate Committee on Local Government to facilitate the immediate passage of House Bill 8664 so that there will be a just and proportional representation in our country. So maraming salamat po for this opportunity, Mr. Chair, and once again, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Governor Garcia. For the record again, Governor Garcia is my favorite classmate from my Santa Monica, California days, years ago. We were younger then. And probably, perhaps, the good governor forgot to mention, they have a position paper coming from Congressman Garcia, that the objectives of the province of Bataan in the near future is geared towards ecotourism, industrialization, and agro-industrialization likewise. And perhaps we can make it of record that my district in Cavite will be connected to Bataan with the proposed construction of that bridge that would traverse the seas from Naik all the way to Maribeles. And this will be another EDSA type lane that would cut short travel time from Bataan to Cavite. I think it will be reduced by, if I'm not mistaken, 20 to 25 minutes. So from Cavite, you're going to reach Bataan. So yung Bataan at Cavite talaga magkasama po yan, not just as part of our history during the World War II days, but as we look and move forward as a nation. Thank you, Governor Garcia. I'd like to place on alert the Commission on Elections. Nandiyan po ba si Chairman Sheriff Abbas? Chairman Abbas, are you there? Comelec?
Sir,
Is there a
Chairman.
Yes. Can you identify yourself?
Yes.
Sino po
good
yan?
morning, Mr. Chairman. I'm Attorney Jennifer Felipe, sir, from the Election and Barangay Affairs Department, currently acting Director 3 of the same department.
Yes.
Your
So
Honors.
you are representing Chairman Abbas.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
Chairman Abbas was with me 3 days ago in Mindanao when we tackled the Bangsamoro issue. So you are, can we have your name again?
Jennifer Felipe, Your Honor, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman.
I will revert back to you. I will call you again, but I'm giving you a headway of 10 minutes to study the case of Aquino III versus Comelec, GR number 189793, dated April 7, 2010, a Supreme Court case having to do with redistricting. Can you study that for 10 minutes and ask your other colleagues in the COMELEC to study that likewise and aid you when this committee asks you questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, so we'll get back to you
Yes, Your Honor, but
after
can you
10 to 15 minutes. Chapi ka?
Sir, can you please repeat the GR number, sir?
Yes, so Aquino III, perhaps this is the former president. Aquino III versus Comelec, GR number 189793, dated April 7, 2010, the date of the promulgation by the Supreme Court.
Okay, sir. Copy, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So we'll call you up. We'll call you again, and your presentation should be lock in step with that Supreme Court decision. Thank you, Comelec. May we have the PSA, if they're around, the Philippine Statistics Authority?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
I would like to, can you identify yourself?
Yes, good morning po. I am Raulo Dovise po, representing the National Statistician of the Philippine Statistics Authority.
You are the deputy of the PSA?
No, I'm just one of the division OIC of the division of the PSA, the Population and Housing Census Division, which is the one in charge of population counts.
Thank you. Do you have a presentation? Because I would like your presentation to be anchored on the constitutional requirement. Although the population requirement is not clear so far as the Constitution is concerned, there is a requirement that the legislative district shall comprise, I'm quoting the Constitution, Section 5, Article 6, shall comprise as far as practicable continuous, compact, this is contiguous, not continuous, contiguous, compact, and adjacent territory. Each city with a population of at least 250,000 or each province shall have at least one representative. From the PSA, can you provide us information? What is the population of Bataan insofar as the current legislative districts are concerned? Based on the 2015 population?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I understand you just have concluded a census a few months ago based on your projected population for the proposed 3 congressional districts. You have the floor, Mr. PSA.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Based on the 2015 census of population conducted by the PSA with August 1, 2015 as reference date, the population of the entire province of Bataan is 760,650.
Mr. PSA, can I interrupt you? Do you have a presentation para mas maliwanag to, which you can share sa screen?
Actually po, I don't have. I'm just reading po the certification of population count, the unsigned one, because I'm still waiting for the signed copy of the certification of population count. So I'm just
Can you do
reading.
that slowly? Can you do that slowly, clearly, specifically with the numbers? Can you repeat that?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Go ahead.
So based on the 2015 census of population, Bataan had a population of 760,650 in 2015. 760,650 in 2015. And the population of the currently existing first legislative district of Bataan is 344,221. 344,221. While that of the currently existing second legislative district of Bataan, it's 416,429. 416,429. Then based on this legislative bill, the population of the proposed first legislative district of Bataan, it will be 269,000.
Sir, can I interrupt you again?
Yes.
The population that you are citing now, is that based on the 2015 census or the 2021 projected census?
It's still the 2015 po. It's still the
2015, go ahead. So I would like you later on, for the information of the committee, to make a presentation vis-a-vis the 2021 projected population.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes, sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, so based on the 2015 census of population, the population of the proposed first legislative district of Bataan is 269,043. So it's over 250,000, even that using the 2015 census of population. For the population of the proposed second legislative district, it's
No, Mr. PSA. There, we're talking of the 2015, so there is no proposed second district. It is still the current second district that you're referring.
okay.
The first district. Tama ba? Can you correct me, Congressman Garcia?
Yeah. Mr. Chair, based dun sa House approved version, the first district will remain the same. Then the second district, yun po yung mari-reapportion into 2 districts.
Okay.
Go ahead, PSA.
Okay, so the population of the proposed second legislative district of Bataan will be 239,998, but this is still based on the 2015. So for 2020, it is projected to reach 263,000 actually. It is projected to reach 263,000. So again, it will be way above the 250,000 threshold.
Mr. PSA, for the projected 2021 population census, relative to the proposed 3 districts, what is the population count?
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but we do not have projection for 2021, only for 2020.
2020, that can suffice.
Yes. So for
Mr. Chair?
Congressman Garcia would like to
Mr.
interject.
Chair, if I may, I think yung the composition that PSA is mentioning now is based on the original filed bill and not on the House approved bill. So for the information of the PSA, Mr. Chair, yung House approved version which we are tackling today, yung first district remains the same. So it's still 6 towns comprising of the first district. And then yung second district po, yun po yung madi-divide into 2, kaya 3 bayan bawat district.
Thank you, Congressman Garcia. Mr. PSA, you have in your possession a copy of House Bill 8664, or do you have in your possession a copy of House Bill 199?
actually, sir, this composition is based on House Bill 119. So
that's the old version. So if you have a Viber, we will send you in 2 minutes a copy of the latest version, and we will give you another, just like COMELEC, we will give you another 15 minutes to correct your figures, so that we are on sync with what we are discussing. Otherwise, you are talking about something which is not being considered by this committee. Maliwanag ba yan?
yes,
We'll send you a copy of the latest version of the bill.
okay, yes po, apo.
So you can proceed later on. We'll call you back after 15 or 20 minutes.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
we're sending it now.
Thank you.
Can we have thank you, PSA. Can we have the Land Management Bureau, Director Talabis? Land Management Bureau.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. I'm Engineer Verbo. I'm representing our director, Attorney Emeline Vitalabis. So, as per House Bill 8664 po, hindi naman po required yung land area. And linat po namin, as per base map po, all the legislative districts po are contiguous. And we already sent them po an advance memo to DNR Region 3 for them to submit us the provincial base map of Bataan showing the proposed boundaries of different legislative districts.
So, Engineer, there is no issue as to the contiguousness, compactness of the proposed legislative district. Walang problema doon.
Yes, sir.
But you just stay put because there might be a version which which we are going to show later through a PowerPoint presentation as to a reconfigured district. And we, again, would be asking your expertise on this matter. Thank you, Engineer. May we call on the DILG while we give time to the COMELEC and PSA to prepare their presentations. DILG, I saw Marjorie a while ago.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Can you show your face, Marjorie? DILG?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
We cannot see your face because you're wearing a face mask.
Hello, Your Honor. Good morning po.
Morning. Any reaction, any comments concerning this measure? ALG?
Sir, can you repeat the concern, sir?
The position of the DILG?
For the BARM, sir?
No, for Bataan.
Oh, may I ask the USEC RJ Echeverry, sir, for this concern?
Yung BARM sa next Wednesday pa yon. Yusek Echeverry.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to the committee and to USEC Marjorie Halosos. This is Robert Echeverry. I'm representing the Undersecretary.
Good morning. Are you in a different time zone? Are you outside the country?
No, Mr. Chair. I'm just on mobile, so unfortunately I cannot open my video, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, we will be submitting our official position, but for the external and legislative affairs, we interpose no objection, nor do we raise any questions or further queries as to our legislative agenda over Bataan, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, DILG. Can we have the COMELEC now? Are you ready, COMELEC? COMELEC?
Mr. Chairman. Good morning again, Mr. Chairman.
So you're ready now with the case?
We hope so, sir. We hope so, sir.
You have the floor. We will transfer you to OSG after this, kung ganyan kakagaling.
Okay, sir. Sir, with regard to the case of Senator Benigno Simeon C. Aquino III and Mayor Jesse Robredo versus COMELEC, GR number 189793, April 7, 2010, it states the Supreme Court held, sir, that there is no specific provision in the Constitution that fixes a 250,000 minimum population that must compose a legislative district. As already mentioned, the petitioners rely on the second sentence of Section 5.3, Article 6 of the 1987 Constitution, coupled with what they perceive to be the intent of the framers of the Constitution to adopt a minimum population of 250,000 for each legislative district. The second sentence of Section 5, Paragraph 3, Article 6 of the Constitution succinctly
COMELEC, we cannot hear you. Can you repeat that? You temporarily cut yourself. COMELEC, can you re-enter the virtual space? COMELEC, nagka-choppy ka eh. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, medyo nawala yun. Because we're having this transcribed. You ended with the, yes.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, again, in the case that I've mentioned earlier, the Supreme Court held that there is no specific provision in the Constitution that fixes a 250,000 minimum population that must compose a legislative district. The second sentence of Section 5, Paragraph 3, Article 6 of the Constitution succinctly provides each city with a population of at least 250,000 or each province shall have at least one representative. The provision draws a plain and clear distinction between the entitlement of a city to a district on one hand and the entitlement of a province to a district on the other. For while a province is entitled to at least a representative with nothing mentioned about population, a city must first meet a population minimum of 250,000 in order to be similarly situated. The use by the subject provision of a comma to separate the phrase each city with a population of at least 250,000 from the phrase or each province point to no other conclusion than that the 250,000 minimum population is only required for a city but not for a province. Plainly read, Section 5, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution requires a 250,000 minimum population only for a city to be entitled to a representative, but not so for a province. That's it, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors.
You Comelec, but to satisfy the curiosity of this committee, may we require the Commission on Elections to submit in writing a legal opinion coming from your legal division office relative to the appropriateness of the Aquino versus Comelec case you just cited? And can you do that within the week?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And to take into consideration the questions that I will be asking you right now. Number one, if you're ready. From what you just cited and read, am I correct in the assumption, for example, the province of Batanes has one congressional district. The province of Batanes right now has a population of 17,246 as per my records. If this committee during this COVID period decides in coordination with the lower house to divide the single district of Batanes into two, one district will be comprised of 5,000 population and the other will be 12,246. Am I correct if I apply the case that you just cited, that it can be legally and constitutionally done? Your answer, Comelec. And the same is true with the province of Siquijor. The population is 95,984. Can I divide that into two districts? One will be 45,984, and the other district will have a population of 50,000. The rest goes on with Biliran with 171,612 population, and the same goes to, is applicable likewise to Dinagat Islands, 127,151. Can this be done legally, constitutionally, Comelec? Your answer.
Sir, based on the case of Benigno Aquino versus the Comelec that I just read, it is my personal opinion, sir, that this can be done legally. Because again, the minimum requirement of the 250,000 population is not necessary for the creation of legislative districts in case of provinces, but only in terms of cities. But sir, with regard to the official position paper, we will submit, sir, an official position paper with regard to this, including the answer to your question, sir.
Madam Comelec, I think you're having problems with your connectivity. Can you repeat that, ma'am? Napuputol po kayo.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Can you repeat that? Ma'am, can you repeat that?
Yeah, sir. As I've said, sir, I think legally it's my personal opinion, sir, that we can actually really create legislative districts for the province of Bataan and the others that you mentioned, Batanes, Siquijor, and so on and so forth, based on the decision of the Supreme Court in the case of Benigno Aquino versus Comelec, sir. But with regard to your request, sir, for position paper, we will be formally submitting the same, sir, to the first to the Commission and Bank for approval, and then submit the same to your office thereafter, sir.
Ganun katagal pa ho yun, ma'am. So, papa-approve nyo pa sa NBank before releasing the position paper?
Yes, sir. That's the procedure, sir, in Comelec,
And
sir.
how long will it
We
take?
will make sure.
How long
Maybe,
will it
sir,
take?
sir, the Commission and Bank is doing their session, sir, regular session every Wednesday, sir. So can it be submitted to you, sir, by Thursday?
Yes,
Would that
yes.
be okay, sir?
Yes. But I still have one question,
Okay, sir.
one follow-up question. Bear in mind and try to research, these are leading questions, whether the Aquino versus Comelec case is an en-banc decision or just a division decision. Study that. And my final question, which is not really part of this committee hearing, and is likewise part of this committee hearing because it is close to my heart, having been a Metro Manila chairman before, is this. In Metro Manila, there is just one municipality.
Yes, sir.
Of all the 17 LGUs, there is just one municipality. The non-city is Pateros.
That's right, sir.
Metro Manila is not a province. Under the Constitution, it is a special administrative region. Although Metro Manila receives an era similar to a province, it is not a province. So the situation for me, close to my heart, for Pateros, which can never be converted into a city, because the land area of Pateros is just 10 square kilometers, and it is walking distance to BGC, it is walking distance to Makati. It is the only municipality with the lowest era in Metro Manila. My question is this: can Pateros, based on the Supreme Court decision you just read and cited, be converted into a legislative district? It doesn't have to comply with the 250,000 requirement of the Constitution insofar as the population is concerned. It can perhaps comply with the requirement of being part of a province, which is that juridical entity called Metro Manila receiving an internal revenue allotment, Madam Comelec. So which is which? Make that part of the position paper that you will be releasing as an obiter dictum, so to speak, so that we can be guided accordingly. Otherwise, kawawa naman yung Pateros. Ang Pateros, kilala na lang sa pagtitinda ng balot. Pero ang Pateros ay may karapatan ding umunlad at magkaroon ng kinatawan dahil nasa Metro Manila siya. Walking distance nga sa BGC, walking distance sa Makati. And yet, it is treated like a third class, fourth class, even a fifth class municipality within Metro Manila. So make that part of your assignment. But offhand, can you answer that? Can we create a legislative district for Pateros without complying with the 250,000 minimum requirement for a city, following the Supreme Court decision in Aquino versus Comelec?
Sir, can I please refer you to our Law Department representative, Attorney Albert Rodriguez, sir? He's with us, sir.
Ano pala? Sige. Short answer lang. Curious lang ako for the education of this committee. Go ahead,
Yes,
Attorney ano yan? Attorney
Albert Rodriguez, sir.
Attorney Albert Rodriguez, you're recognized.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of this committee, sir. Thank you po. Sir, this is just my personal opinion, sir. Ano? But when it comes to the city of, when it comes to Pateros, sir, in my opinion, sir, I think it cannot be converted into a legislative district. Sir,
Why?
number
Why?
one, because sir, the Constitution says that, if I may be allowed to read, sir, Section 5, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution says that each city with a population of at least 250,000 or each province shall have at least one representative. So, ang problema po, pagkakaalam ko, ang Pateros po ay municipality. So, hindi po siya kasama, ang municipality po ay hindi kasama sa na-mention dito sa Article 5, Paragraph 3.
Yes,
ng
but again, I think you
Constitution.
arrived, with all due respect, Attorney, I think you arrived late. So, Pateros is part of Metro Manila. Is
Yes,
Metro
sir,
Manila a province? Is Metro Manila considered a province? Having
No,
been
sir.
chairman of Metro Manila before, Metro Manila receives an internal revenue allotment, and under the Constitution, it is treated as a special administrative region. So, if Metro Manila is not a province, is Metro Manila a
Yes, sir.
city?
Yes, sir.
Is Metro Manila a municipality?
No,
So,
sir.
what is Metro Manila?
Sir, as you mentioned a while ago, sir, it is a special administrative region. Region, sir.
So show me a legal justification that an administrative region cannot have a district representative when Metro Manila, I think, has more than 30 congressmen right now.
Yes, sir. We will comply, sir.
Medyo na-late ka lang siguro kaya hindi mo narinig yung sinabi ko. So make that
Yes,
part
sir,
of
yes,
your, otherwise we will have a conundrum here that will be depriving Pateros, which is not a city, can never become a city because of its land area, just 10 square kilometers. Can never become a province because it is part of Metro Manila and will be forever be deprived of a congressional representative. Yun po yung tanong ko. Bearing in mind, Section 5, Article 6 of the 1987 Constitution. Now, going back to our topic, we thank the COMELEC for their citations, and we will await your legal opinion by Thursday. We go back to PSA. PSA, are you ready?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
PSA, is that PSA? Philippine Statistics Authority, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I share a Can I share a worksheet?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, PSA. PSA, we're waiting. Can you describe what you are sharing us?
Hello? Hello, sir.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, PSA.
So do you see the worksheet that I'm sharing on the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So, okay. Let me just finish this. Okay, so based on that 2015 census, let me explain. The province of Bataan had 760 had a population of 650,000 in 2015. And the breakdown of the population is here by city municipality. Then the currently existing legislative districts of Bataan are as follows. For the first legislative district, which is composed of Bukay, Pinalupihan, Hermosa, Morong, Orani, and Samal, the population totaled to 344,221. Then the currently existing second legislative district, which is composed of Bagak, City of Balanga, then Limay and Mariveles, and Orion and Pilar, total to 416,429. So those are the currently existing legislative districts of Bataan. In the proposed reapportionment of legislative districts in Bataan per House Bill number 8664. So it says here that the composition of the first legislative district, the current first legislative district remains
PSA, Congressman Garcia, if you want to react, you can react. Congressman Geraldine, if you want to react, you may interject likewise. Go ahead, PSA.
So if I am right, so the first legislative district, the currently existing first legislative district will be the same in the proposed House Bill 8664. So it will also be 344,221. However, in the second legislative district, in the proposed second legislative district per House Bill 8664, it will now be composed of City of Balanga, then Orion and Pilar, and the population will only be 193,886, while the proposed third legislative district will be composed of Bagak and Limay and Mariveles, and the population will be 222,543. So it appears that only the second legislative district will be divided into two. So basing alone on the totals for 2015, 416,000. So it's not 500,000. It's not even 500,000. So it's more likely that the population will indeed be lower than the 250,000 threshold, if that will be the threshold for a legislative district. So these are the proposed population for those two legislative districts.
Mr. Chair, Congresswoman Geraldine.
Go ahead. You're recognized, Congresswoman.
Yes, I would just like to point out that the statistics being cited by our resource person is on 2015. So it has been 6 years. And rest assured that during the pandemic, many babies have been conceived and have been born. Number two, it has already been established by the previous resource person that when it comes to the creation of legislative districts, the number of 250,000 is just orientative. It is not even specified as a sine qua non requisite. So really, unless we provide, I don't know, I guess these figures are just orientative, and definitely these are 6 years ago. So yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Tama po yun, Mr. PSA. Can we have your name again? PSA, Rep? Can you identify yourself again? Ito yung mahirap pag hindi face-to-face. PSA, are you still there? PSA? Parang nawala. PSA?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm still here.
Can we have your name?
I'm Raul Ludovicio from the Philippine Statistics Authority.
Yes, because
Population and Housing Census Division.
yes, because I have here in my possession a copy of the 2020 and 2021 Niger population projections coming from Undersecretary Dennis Mapa of the National Statistician and Civil Registrar General. So medyo iba nga naman tong figures niya sa ngayon sa sinabi ni Congresswoman Geraldine Roman, medyo mataas na talaga ito. Ang total hindi na 760,650, but the total is 836,077 for 2020, and the projected figure population for 2021 is 849,474. So malaking agwat na. So I think you have to readjust again your figures, PSA. If you can see this, I have these figures with me from the Philippine Statistics Authority. So medyo luma na tong hawak mong datos, Mr. Raul Ludovice.
Yes.
So you can perhaps reconfigure that. Plus, yung sinasabi mong threshold, wala talagang threshold. Yung threshold na sinasabi mo para sa cities.
Okay.
So pwede yan, halimbawa, i-convert natin itong Balanga into a separate legislative district, kailangan pumasok sa 250,000. But if we want to convert the municipality of Dinalupihan into a separate legislative district, it doesn't mean that they should have a 250,000 population threshold requirement. Even the 106,371 would suffice to convert Dinalupihan into a separate congressional district. Narinig mo yon, Congresswoman Geraldine? Pwedeng ibukod yung Dinalupihan. I'm just speaking out loud as a reaction to the PSA comment. Thank you, PSA. Thank you, PSA. But provide this committee a copy of the updated version of the population projection based on the latest census. Kaya niyo po ba yon within this week?
Actually, sir, actually,
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. Actually, the projection is being done by another division. So I will just coordinate with the division.
Yes, isang office lang naman kayo, isang building lang kayo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where are you located right now? Quezon City, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we expect that by Thursday. Can you have that by Thursday this week?
Yes, Your Honor.
Signed by your boss, ha?
Well, today is Wednesday. Next week. Would that be next week, Your Honor? Or this week?
Hindi ba kaya this week?
Baka po, yeah, but we can prepare it today and hopefully it will be signed tomorrow.
Oh, yung COMELEC nga, sasubmit nila ng Thursday eh.
Yes.
Mag-hearing pa sila. So try to do that this week.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Ludovice. Thank you to the PSA. We'd like to recognize likewise the virtual presence of Senator Dick Gordon. We'd like to recognize the LMP of Bataan as well as DILG Yusek Echeverry. Senator Gordon, if you're going to make a statement, this committee would like to recognize you. Senator Dick? Okay. Wala po si Senator Gordon. Yusek Echeverry, to have an orderliness here. You want to add something? DLG?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Sorry. As regards your query posed earlier to the COMELEC on Aquino versus COMELEC, the case is an en banc decision, and it establishes that situation, although I agree, Mr. Chair, it's a little absurd, that a province does not need to comply with the constitutional requirements as regards population and may constitute a legislative district so long as it is a provincial level LGU. But for cities, they must comply strictly with the requirements set forth under the Constitution and under the law. That is all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, DILG. Next online is the LMP of Bataan chapter. Any statement from LMP Bataan?
Good morning po, Senator Francis Tolentino. This is
Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Senator Amy, Senator Bato, Senator Gordon, all the national agencies, of course, Congresswoman Geraldine, Congressman Joet, Governor Abbott, and other stakeholders. Senator Francis, first of all, thank you for the invitation, and I'd like to thank you personally for being such a guiding advisor for LMP National during my time last term as I was a part of the EXECOM. You were really an inspiration, and you really guided us during the time. For the information of everybody, yesterday we had a dialogue, all the mayors had a dialogue with Congresswoman Geraldine and Congressman Joet with regards to House Bill 8664. And after that, we came up with a consensus. And if you would allow me, I read the position paper of LMP Bataan?
We're not requiring you to disclose the outcome of the dialogue. You have the right to remain silent. That might be confidential, but later on, as the chair intimated, we'll be having a Viber conference meeting with Congresswoman Geraldine and the other members of the Senate in a bit. Thank you, Mayor. Next in line would be the LMP. LMP is done. The LCP, I think you just submit your position paper. Is Governor Kua around? The ULAP? What about the League of Provinces?
Good morning,
There is no,
Chair.
yeah, League of Provinces? Go ahead.
Yes, we have no objections to the passage of the bill reapportioning the province of Bataan, Mr. Chair. That's just our statement. That would be all. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So no position paper? LPP? Nawala. DBM and then the Department of Finance.
Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Chair. This is Katina Lapel po from the DBM. So far po, sir, our current position paper actually only took account the 2015 population census. So I have to differ po muna the position of the DBM. We have to update it as well as we have to have the legal opinion of the COMELEC with regards to the GR number that you stated ago. The Aquino versus the COMELEC po. So we have to update our position paper for that. And as well as the projected population of the PSA since it has been done already and kung mapapasa nga po yung 2020 population census, then we have to take that into account. We'll submit na lang po our position paper on that. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
DBM, I have another question. DBM?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So I think it's really, it should be prudent and responsible on your part to have the latest population count, not just insofar as Bataan is concerned, but for the rest of the country. Lahat ng probinsya, lahat ng lungsod, lahat ng munisipyo, sa kadahilanan na i-implement na malapit yung Mandanas ruling. You have to have that count because the basis of the internal revenue allotment increase, upgrade, pursuant to that Mandanas ruling, will take into account the population. So kung kulang yung population ninyo, baka may problema tayo ng konti. So my request is for other purposes, get hold of that population projection soonest so that we can have an equitable distribution of the internal revenue allotment based on that Mandanas ruling. Thank you, DBM. Department of Finance, BLGF, are you there? Hindi nakapasok. So we now go to Land Management Bureau, which we required to submit. Engineer, si engineer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, are you ready now for your recalibrated position paper o pareho pa rin?
Same po. Same, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Can we have a short slide presentation? The committee is now taking notice of 3 presentations, options submitted to this committee relative to House Bill 8664, and the resource person should take into consideration the following options, although this is in variance with the House Bill 8664, which we are tackling right now. Option 1. Can we have option 1? Akala ko merong mapa. May mapa? Can we have that? Wala. Can we have yung merong map? So, can you enlarge that? Can you confirm this, Congressman? Pwedeng i-freeze doon sa mapa? pwedeng i-freeze doon sa mapa. Sige, go ahead. Dito pala matagal. Start with option 1, mapa lang. Huwag na yung figures. Mapa lang, mapa ng option 2, mapa ng option 3. Can we have option 1? Yan. Can you enlarge that? So, Congressman Roman, you can confirm, and as well as Congressman Garcia, ito bang option 1, ito yung nilalaman ng HB 8664?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, itong, can you still enlarge that para mas malaki? So, as shown on the map, District 2 will have 239,000. Stop nyo na. Can you stop that? 239,998. District 3 will have 251,609. District 1 will have 269,043 based on the 2020 census. Am I correct, Congress?
Just
Yes.
a clarification. This chart, this map actually presents the original version, which is House Bill 199, and this is not House Bill 8664.
So this is 199.
Yes.
So this is option 1, and so what is the version under 8664? Option 3. Can you show option 3? Pasensya na, Congresswoman, nagkamali-mali. Nilagay kasi option. So option 3, can you freeze that? Okay na, stop. So option 3, is this clear that under this option, District 2 would have 193,866. District 3 will have 222,534. District 1 will have 344,221 under the population projection census of 2020. Am I correct, Congressman Garcia?
Mr. Chair, I believe this is based on 2015 PSA. Yes, Mr. Chair. Kasi ang, as mentioned, I think earlier by PSA, District 1 has 344. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Based on 2015 PSA data.
So, Secretariat, can you correct this? 2015 pa rin daw to. I'm sorry, nagkamali-mali na sila. So, can we have the 2020? So, walang mapa. Walang mapa yung ginawa dito sa 2020 projections. I think you have to do that all over again. Oo. Yung table na lang titingnan. So, walang mapa yung 2020. Dapat ginawa ng mapa yan para mas maliwanag. So, sa 2020, ang lumalabas yung population ay 382 sa District 1, 382,263. Sa District 2, 210,741. And for District 3, what is the total? For District 3, what's the total? Wala?
Mr. Chair, the total would be 156,670.
Nakat yun. Sa second page pala, 256,670. So as you can see, from an immediate cursory glance, the District 2 population, can you stop? Huwag niyo nang galawin. The District 2 population, if we rely on the uncorrected comment of the PSA, wherein they cited the 250,000 threshold requirement, is the smallest legislative district, 210,000. And that probably is the reason why this committee is inclined to suspend temporarily this hearing to confer with Congresswoman Geraldine Roman as well as my other Senate colleagues through a Viber conference call if you will allow Congressman Garcia. Congressman Roman, are you willing to do that? Off the record naman eh.
Yes, sir.
So the committee is suspending the hearing till the completion of the Viber conference call. Viber natin si Bato. Ayun ba?
Yung number, Viber number po kasi is based sa cellphone number.
Sige.
Yung
Di dial mo na nito. Ito na ang gamitin natin. Senator Dick Gordon. And before that, we'd like to show our gratitude to Congresswoman Geraldine Roman and Senator De La Rosa for having that Viber conference call, although Senator De La Rosa was relatively silent. Senator Gordon, you're recognized. Kung wala pa, we'll have the League of Municipalities of Bataan. I think they would want to be recognized and make a short presentation as well. We won't take long. LMP Bataan, you're recognized. Are you still there?
Yes, Senator Francis, thank you very much.
Go ahead, ma'am.
At the outset, we manifest our full support and hereby strongly endorse the reapportionment of the province of Bataan into 3 legislative districts. However, ideally, it may be more equitable if the reapportionment considered all the constituent city and municipalities of the entire province instead of confining it only in the 2nd legislative district. Hence, we actually gave our full support in the original bill proposed reapportionment of House Bill 1995. We believe that with additional representation and equitable apportionment, the ratio of representatives to citizens become lower, resulting in increase of national fund allocation per citizen. The above observations notwithstanding, we join our incumbent representatives and all other stakeholders in endorsing the immediate approval of the proposed reapportionment, and we appreciate the consideration of our views in this legislative process. But we hope that we respect and submit to the more informed judgment of the Honorable Committee in approving a reapportionment that is constitutionally acceptable and will be best redound to the greater interest of our constituents. Again, thank you po, Senator Francis. We have submitted this by email to both LMP National and the Senate Local Committee on Good Government. Thank you po, Senator Francis.
Thank you, League of Municipalities of Bataan. I was told that Senator Gordon would like to make a statement. Senator Gordon, you're recognized. Senator Gordon, you're on mute. Senator Dick? While waiting for Senator Gordon, Senator Amy, would you like to make a statement? Senator Gordon, you have the floor. Mahirap pag online. Is the COMELEC still around? COMELEC?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're still here.
Yes. Can you facilitate the issuance of the legal opinion? And to add one more thing, in that legal opinion, this is now the 3rd query coming from the chair. The first query was relative to the population requirement vis-a-vis the Aquino Comelec ruling.
Yes, sir.
The second query, which is my rider query, is about Pateros. And the third is this. There is a constitutional provision requiring that a voter planning to run as a candidate must be a resident of that locality or district within a year prior to the elections. My question is, how will this apply to a newly created district? If it is applicable, then we are now in a last 2 minutes situation, Madam Comelec. We're now on the last 10 meters of a 100-meter dash. So please answer that query. And my personal query is that when can you submit soonest the legal opinion? Because the committee is also raising against time, Madam Comelec.
Yes, sir. With regard to the submission, sir, I mentioned earlier, sir, that we will be submitting it by Thursday next week. But actually, sir, I conferred with my colleagues from the law department. They said that they will prepare the position paper the soonest, sir. But again, it will be dependent on the COMELEC and bank when to approve it. But personally, sir, I'm going to discuss the matter with our executive director. So he will be making the representation to the NBank next Wednesday, sir.
Yes, because we will be adjourning by March 24. And
Yes, sir.
we hope to have that document prior to the adjournment,
Yes, sir.
because you know, the process would involve several readings, and it will not be over in 2 weeks, Madam Chair. So is it possible to have a copy of the legal opinion sans an NBank approval? Pwede ba yon na mauna muna yung NBank, yung approval ng law division, yung document?
Sir, I don't think that's possible, sir. I really think, sir, that it will be the approval of the NBank, sir. The approval should come first before submitting the position paper to you. So to make it the official position paper of the COMELEC, sir.
I understand, pero if you can do that fast, kasi naghahabol talaga tayo sa oras. Today is March 3, and then Monday is March 8, and you expect to submit that by March 11th?
March. Yes, sir. Hopefully, sir, by March 11th. I will discuss, sir, the matter with our executive director, sir, and explain to him, sir, the urgency of the submission of the position paper.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Senator Gordon, are you now
Welcome, sir.
available? Thank you, ma'am. Senator Gordon is recognized. So we'll give Senator Gordon at least 2 minutes. Maghintay tayo ng 2 minutes. Session suspended for 2 minutes. This committee has tackled all the relevant issues as we await the resolution coming from the Commission on Elections and Bank relative to the case of Aquino versus Comelec, which has something to do with the 250,000 population requirement. And then we await likewise the paper coming from the Philippine Statistics Authority. And after that, after the submission of the papers, the committee will be inclined to go on a technical working group to thresh out, of course, inviting some of our resource persons to thresh out the finer details of the reconfiguration of the districts to be created. Thereafter, we will be submitting a committee report to the plenary. Hopefully, we will be able to meet the deadlines prior to the adjournment of Congress. Are there other points to be raised before we adjourn, Congressman Roman or Congressman Garcia? Congressman Roman, narinig niyo po kami?
Yes po, sir. May I hear first from my colleague from the 2nd District of Bataan.
Congressman Garcia, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So after your discussion with Congresswoman Geraldine together with Senator Bato, Congresswoman Geraldine and I spoke also, and in the interest of course, the province and the fact that we want this creation of another district to be effective come after the May 2022, during the May 2022 election, so that we can already get the benefits of another legislative district. If I may, Congresswoman Roman, we've decided to make it more proportional, to include also parts of the 1st district in this new legislative district that will be created. And based on our discussion, the composition will be changed, Mr. Chair. So the 1st district will be the municipalities of Hermosa, Orani, Samal, and Abukay. That is the 1st district. The 2nd district will be the city of Balanga, the municipality of Pilar, Orion, Limay. And then the 3rd district will be the municipalities of Mariveles, Bagak, Morong, and Dinalupihan. If I'm not mistaken, Congresswoman Geraldine. And Mr. Chair, I'd like to also manifest our sincere gratitude to Congresswoman Geraldine Roman. I know she's very close to her constituents in the whole 1st district, but in light of the development that can happen because of this reapportionment, even if some of the towns she is currently leading will be separated for this new district, she agreed. So just so we have a more balanced and equitable distribution of the towns within the 3 districts in the province of Bataan. So it is with sincere gratitude and appreciation that Congresswoman Roman agreed to a more proportional distribution, and we laud her understanding and also her being one with the best interest of the province of Bataan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Garcia. We note all of the contents of your manifestation, but the committee would be more inclined to have that submitted in writing, especially the new composition that you mentioned a while ago. And we recognize likewise the efforts of Congresswoman Geraldine, the sacrifice, the looking beyond blurred divisions of boundaries to include the assumption that distinct boundaries would go beyond the real essence of public service. So, Congresswoman Geraldine, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Definitely, it was not an easy decision. In fact, it is a painful and emotional decision for me because my parents, the late Tony Roman and mother, Nina Roman, had served the 1st District of Bataan since 1978. And during this time, relationships, deep relationships have formed that go beyond politics and that feed on the very essence of public service. But I think it behooves me to go beyond political considerations and to look at the greater good of our province. So it is with much pain, but with hope at the same time, that I make this decision. Hope that my constituents from the towns of Dinalupian and Morong will understand my decision, our decision, and of course, even if they do not belong to the first district, will not belong to the first district if this bill is approved. That doesn't mean that we will stop. As I said, serving our people. Our home here in the town of Orani has always been open to any Bataenyo, whether from the first or second district, whether from our district or even nearby provinces. It has always been open. It will continue to remain open, just like our hearts will remain open to the towns that will be affected by the redistricting. I just want to send a message to our political organization as well that nothing will change basically when it comes to serving the people. But I do this with the hope that Bataan as a whole will gain much more with the third district. And that being said, I yield the floor again to you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congresswoman Geraldine. I am very sure that my fraternity Brad, Congressman Tony, your father, is very proud of you for having exercised that sacrifice and solicitude for your constituents. You made your father proud, my Brad proud of your recent action, and to make this of record, redistricting is not just reapportioning of a political, geographical area. Redistricting is more than representation. Redistricting, if I may add, redistricting is not just political. Redistricting is governance. Redistricting is a tool for development. And I think both representatives present now would agree that what they have done just now, carving out a new district, would mean well and augur well for more progress and development for the province of Bataan. And I join you there, Congresswoman Geraldine and Congressman Garcia. Ito pong ginawa natin ay makakatulong ng malaki sa kinabukasan ng lalawigan ng Bataan. And having said that, the committee will form a technical working group while we await the resolution coming from the Commission on Election and Bank, perhaps next week, not next year, next week, and the paper coming from the Philippine Statistics Authority. And after having called all the papers required, we will submit this to the plenary. So I thank all the resource persons present here, especially those who made great strides and sacrifice in perfecting an acceptable solution. And I do pray that the province of Bataan will always be a pillar for good governance. So thank you, Congressman Garcia. Thank you, Congresswoman Geraldine Roman. Thank you, Governor Abet Garcia, and all the resource persons present. Thank you to my other colleagues. So without objection, this committee hearing is hereby adjourned.